He's one of the best-loved chat show hosts in the country. If I may borrow from Verne's life, I like to think of him as the mini-me to my Austin Powers. Will you please welcome Graham Norton, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, is it me, or does Graham look rested, tanned, healthy, fit, and even more handsome than ever before? I think it's true. I think it's true. Have you been to a clinic? You've had some work done? What's going on?
No! No, please. You'd keep the receipt, wouldn't you? You would.
You're a good-looking man. From certain angles, you're a very handsome man.
But from most angles, not. No, I have booked in a couple of times to have my eyes done.
No, really?
Yeah, no, I have. And, but every time work's come up or something, and I just think it's the universe saying, forget it.
Yeah, well...
Let it go.
You know what? I think it's good not to do anything because, you know, we get used to each other's faces and, like, you always think, oh, I could improve this, improve that. But most people who have it done, it never looks right. They don't look younger or nicer.
There's no guarantees,
yes.
Is there? Because you kind of think, do you know what I mean? Those Hollywood actresses, they're not going to a kind of a sort of cut-price plastic surgery out the back. They're going to the best person in Hollywood.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Goldie Hawn kind of walked in and said, I'd like to look like a fish being pushed through a keyhole.
No, I like the way Goldie looks. Poor old Goldie.
I've got a poor old Goldie. Sounds like a Labrador that's going to be put down.
OK, so we've established you have not had any work done there.
Yes,
but you've been away, you've had a break, you look rested.
I was in Ireland for about 6 or 7 weeks. I go back there every summer.
OK, and where do you go? You go back to the family homestead, the place you'll mention?
I go back to a place, it's sort of an hour away from where I grew up, but it's a little town in Ireland. And people in Ireland are sweet because I'm from there, so there's a kind of sense of ownership.
They must love you, yeah, of course.
Well, it's but they do this thing like, so you'll be, you know, in the supermarket pushing a thing, and people will kind of lean from behind shelves and go, it must be great not being bothered.
Oh.
It was.
But I guess you don't get bothered that much, though, do you?
No, I know, yeah.
OK, Graham Norton, ladies and gentlemen, the show starts on BBC One Monday nights, 10:35. Don't miss it. And this is the show. Was this the show you were doing on BBC Two?
It's on BBC Two, and it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. You get the call saying, we're moving to BBC One. I mean, it's odd because I don't watch telly like that, if you know what I mean, in that, you know, our show was on a national network available in every home. Yeah. It's still... but I'm also aware it's seen as a sort of a pat on the back, a promotion.
You have a great lineup, I know, for the first week show.
First week show's lovely. Well, Ozzy Osbourne, he's shuffling on.
You can't beat Ozzy.
No, you can't. I love him.
You know
Ricky Gervais, your good
You
friend.
can't beat the great Ricky Gervais.
And then, how excited am I?
And now I'm jealous. I must admit, I know this and I'm jealous. Oh!
Someone's killed themselves, they're so obsessed. That's never good, is it? When the audience start going down like that. I'll speak quicker before we lose them all.
Oh, Graham, I don't want to point the finger of blame, but it's the first time on my show.
Happens on mine all the time.
OK, who's the big... This is... Well, they're all big guests, but this is the surprise?
Olivia Newton-John.
An actual audible gasp, an intake of breath.
I know.
Have you met her before? Have you done it before?
No.
So it's going to be exciting.
No, it is. I'm genuinely excited. I mean, she's rarely off the Great Wall of China, I think. She walks that a lot. We've obviously got her on downtime.
Yeah.
And,
found a window.
And she's here.
So that's a great lineup.
I'm pleased.
Yeah. And I'm delighted. Monday night you've got Graham at 10:35. Friday night you've got me at 10:35. I'm very... Because people in the press have tried to make out that there's a degree of some sort of enmity or that we're... I'm filled, you're...
No, because it's one of those things... OK, I'd understand if I'd moved to ITV and said, I'm going to have a chat show on Friday at 10:30. Yeah. But that would be some rivalry.
And that would be stupid.
Yes.
For both of us.
I wouldn't.
For both of us.
Wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Neither of us would want that.
But no, but so I think an audience will have, you know, got over the exhaustion of laughing at your show by the time Monday comes, and equally they'll have a whole week to recover from the hilarity of mine before yours comes along.
Together we bookend the working week. There you go. I'm delighted. And how long's the run for? From now till Christmas?
Now till Christmas.
Well, I'm hoping that you will return a certain...
No, listen.
Certain favour that's been...
Yes.
No, I'd love to come on.
Welcome.
Let me come on and kill one of your audience members off. I didn't get to see, you know, is there nothing that Graham Norton can't do? I suspect the answer would have to be no. He's conquered stand-up comedy. He was great in Father Ted years ago. He's just come from the West End stage, or before your summer break, in La Cage aux Folles, where he knocked them dead as... What was the name of the character?
Well, you play Alban, and then Alban plays Zaza. It's a drag queen. You play a drag queen.
Now,
Is there a horrible picture behind my head right now? I'm not even turning around. And you wonder why I booked in for plastic surgery. I thought. Now this wasn't. There was some logic to my thinking. Is it gone? Oh, take it down. Because you know the way when you're used to seeing a lovely lady at work who always wears makeup.
Yes.
Right. Sometimes, for whatever it's dressed down Friday. She comes in without makeup, and there is this like kind of whoa.
Yeah. You know, looks like a different person.
Yeah.
You ever seen Pamela Anderson without makeup on?
No.
Looks like a totally different person. She paints her whole face on. It's almost like she's got no features till she gets the mascara out. You know, so...
Particularly the eyes for the lady.
Boom.
Yeah. Anyway, I rather thought, you know, I'm not terrible.
Yeah, you look okay.
Bit of makeup, I'm probably rather gorgeous.
And then we see that.
That.
How much did you love being part of La Cage aux Folles, though? Because to be on the West End stage in that must have been, I mean, hard work, I guess.
I loved doing it. It was a huge kind of mountain to climb. It was like being in my own kind of reality show. I could hear the voiceover in my head, kind of, 4 weeks to go. Graham still can't sing the songs. The thing I regret is some of that mountain was climbed in front of audiences. I was a bit rubbish when I started. But by the end, I was kind of, you know, I was genuinely proud of myself because it's not something...
You've done before?
Ever done before, and by the end, I thought it was all right.
And you get the big song in it, don't you? You have the big song.
I Am What I Am. That's why you do it.
Yeah.
So you get to sing that.
And did your friends and family must have all come to see you in that, didn't they?
No, they did.
Yeah.
And it was... I think it's the only thing... In fairness, I was going to say it's the only thing my mother's ever been proud of me doing. The competition's quite slim, isn't it? She was very proud of me.
I bet she was. Well, she must love the Saturday night shows you do. She must love seeing you
she's
finding the Joseph,
yeah,
looking for the Maria.
She always comes over to see one of the finals and then comes to see the show with the winner.
Well, I want to ask you about that before we do, though. You know who's taken over from Graham in the West End is the gorgeous and talented John Bowerman. And you know we were saying you don't necessarily suit drag. Have you seen what John looks like dragged up? He is a hot woman. No. Have a look at this. Look at this.
See now.
Look at that.
And you know what the secret is? He's a hot man.
Let me ask you about, and here's something that Graham did, and I didn't envy you, because I thought it was a bit of a poison chalice, but I thought you did it fantastically. Taking over from Terry Wogan, comparing the Eurovision Song Contest for the BBC. A huge task, a big job. You did fabulously well. I thought he did a great job. Did you too?
Thank you very much.
I watched at home, and I was thinking, how's it going to go? And although, you know, we all love Terry, and I miss Terry, within half an hour I'd forgotten. You know what I mean? I was so enjoying it. I thought, this is great, this works. Was it...
Well, what's odd is that you're doing it and you're hearing Terry's voice in your head because that's, you know, you did it for 35, 36 years.
We grew up hearing you do that. Yeah,
so it was a very odd experience. But you do forget you're on telly because you're in a little kind of phone box.
I wondered where you were when you're doing it. I assume you've got a view of it live or you're watching it on a monitor?
A bit of both. You're watching it live through a little window and then it's on a monitor as well. But behind that spangly curtain in the Olympic Stadium, Moscow, yeah. I mean, I don't know if there is a Russian tourist board, but don't go. The only bit that was quite good, I got very good service in the hotel. And I thought, God, this is amazing, you know, because there were a lot of people saying that. I felt like I was getting slightly better service. And I thought, God, really? Have I gone this global, really? Have I crossed the Iron Curtain? And then I noticed, you know, when you turn on your television in a hotel room and it says, you know, welcome, you know.
Yeah.
It said, welcome, Lord Norton. There'd been a confusion with Andrew's booking.
Because Andrew Lloyd Webber was there, of course, so that you got the Lord treatment.
So they thought I was the Lord. Andrew's going, my burger has taken 2 hours.
Well, it's good for him. Ground him. Hey, you and Andrew get on very well, don't you?
I adore him.
I didn't know whether you would or not. You know, I knew you were doing the show and I thought, how's this going to work? But you've become pretty close friends. I mean, you both love working together, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, well... I say it as if it's a two-way street.
No, he speaks very highly of you. I've asked
good.
him, and he does speak highly of you. You know, it's like...
No, I'm really fond of him because he's one of those people. He's an enthusiast. He loves musicals, and I wasn't that into musicals. What are we looking at now?
No, I don't know why they're laughing.
What are we looking at?
There's a picture of you, but you know, I know why they're laughing. That's obviously been airbrushed to hell. That
picture. I don't know what you mean.
No.
I look great there.
You both look great. And Andrew Lloyd Webber looks like you're standing next to a 16-year-old. They're taking all the wrinkles out. Actually, you know what?
It looks like we're about to solve a crime. It looks like CSI West End.
OK, what are you doing next? You and Andrew are doing another show. You've done Maria, you've done Joseph, you've done Nancy, OK?
Yeah.
Who are you looking for next?
As if it's written in the stars, we are next tackling, seriously,
yes.
The Wizard of Oz.
Wow.
We are looking for Dorothy.
Oh, and it's exciting.
I've met a lot of her friends, but I've never met Dorothy.
Graham, you know, I know there's going to be a lot of people want to enter this competition, and I don't know if you can pull any strings. Did people ask you and say, I've got this talented friend who'd love to try out for the show? Do you get that kind of thing? Are you allowed to help out or not?
You do, you know, occasionally you kind of think, well, it's open auditions. It's not rocket science.
Yeah. So they can turn up, but you couldn't put a word in for some friends of mine.
Are these small, furry friends?
No. Because I've got some Dorothy right there for you. You're working on Dorothy. You're working that lot. I want that job.
You know when you're on your deathbed and your life flashes before your eyes? Please God, that image doesn't show up.
Well, what if that's the one that gets stuck?
No, wouldn't that be awful?
You're trying to jog it on. I want to see your vision. All right, OK. Now, who's on the panel this year? Because when you were doing Oliver, of course, it was great you had Barry Humphries on there, who'd been in it. And, you know, there's normally someone who's been involved. Who would you like, or who do you know they're asking?
Well, it would be lovely if Liza with a Z...
Liza Minnelli.
You know, she lived in Dorothy for 9 months. Yeah. You know, she did. Yeah. So she's going to know it inside out, literally.
I hope that's not how you introduce her. The one with the big legs will open up, she'll pop out singing. What a rainbow! It'll be great, but we'll hear that song a lot, won't we? That'll be... when's this going to be on?
I think it's in the new year sometime. Listen, I'm talking about it like I know anything about it. I don't.
It's not a lot to know.
So, in fact, sorry if it never happens.
What? OK, ladies and gentlemen, Graham Norton's show, The Graham Norton Show, is on BBC One, 10:35, Monday week. It's going to be a great hit. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr Graham Norton. Killed a guest, lost his mic. Graham Norton, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to have Graham.